And now on the 5th of January, he is out. The stock exchange announcement came just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Celtic fans, who's going to be in charge? Will it be Martin O'Neill, who is in town tonight? It was a pre-arranged event just in the north, just outside the city. But I understand he would be Celtic's first choice. There was no word. Barry Ferguson's with us and Peter Grant as we came on air. But Peter, the man who had 7 wins out of 8 earlier in the season, could be back in the dugout for the weekend.
Well, I said all along, Paul, that I left Martin after the third against Rangers. I said that a couple of months back now, and I'm wishing Celtic would have done that at that moment in time, no matter whether it was Wilfried Nancy who came in or not, because I think that they gave him an opportunity to see what he was going to do and what the changes he had to make, and if it was possible to do the things he was trying to do and implement. I think it's proven it didn't work. He seemed to be in the wrong picture, as they say.
He was, wasn't he, Peter?
Yeah,
to be fair to him, and the person I think behind it, Paul Tisdale, has gone as well.
Well, that's right. And listen, it's very different. I keep saying it. We don't like, and Barry will know they say the same thing. We don't like managers losing their job. But after Saturday, I was a bit concerned, I must admit, after Motherwell last week. I really must admit that. And then I watched obviously the Rangers game at the weekend. The first half was okay, just okay. Rangers were really, really poor. But they responded and they changed something when it was going against them, and thoroughly deserved the second half victory on Saturday. And it was going to be a worry for Wilfried. If I was Wilfried, I'd have been really worried after that game, knowing that if I was going to hold on to my job. And obviously today we get the news that unfortunately he's lost his job for him.
8 games, Peter, as you know, only 2 wins, 6 defeats, and a cup has gone. The game with St Mirren. And the Hearts, the first game he came in for, it was a chance to go top of the table, and it was squandered. So they're now behind Hearts, and Rangers are galloping up now in the same number of points, with Danny Rule, who when he came in they were 8 points behind.
Well, Danny Rule's done something that Martin O'Neill's done. He's in there, he knows his team are not good enough, and I'm not being disrespectful, they're not good enough. He's managed to get them to win. Celtic and Rangers, you have to win. He knows they're not good enough. He will try and replace players that's already there. As I say, I watched Fernandes on Saturday, the centre-back, and I thought it was the worst centre-back performance in the first half that I'd seen. But Danny Role's never come out and criticised. He's come out and watched it, and he's thinking, these boys are not good enough, but I'm winning games of football. Unfortunately for Wilfried Nancy, that hasn't been the case.
How did they get it so wrong, Barry? Because you were managing Rangers just months ago, and you know what it's like as a former captain, a legendary captain. It's something different being in charge in Glasgow.
Yeah, there's huge pressure, Paul, no doubt about it. Just listening to Granty speak there, I was the same. I was very surprised it didn't allow Martin O'Neill. I know Granty said to the 3rd of January after the Old Firm game, I would have tried and convinced Martin O'Neill to stay for the rest of the season. And I was actually happy that they decided to go against that. And again, I don't like seeing managers lose jobs. I know how difficult a position it is and the pressures that come with certainly managing in the west of Scotland. But you could see from the early stages that it simply wasn't going to work, Paul, in terms of, I know you have a certain way of playing. Wilfried Nancy's was a 3-4-3. But sometimes when that doesn't work, you have to go and change that at times. But he was very straight, and he wasn't going to do that. And I thought that's what hampered his short period in charge. And obviously with the defeat against Rangers at the weekend, I was surprised that it was today. I actually thought it maybe have been yesterday, but he's now lost his job, and now it's up to Celtic to see who they're going to bring in to take the club until the end of the season.